Hello, and thank you for joining me once again. Today I have a sequence that's going to help you release some stress and tension in some big problem areas for a lot of us. And this sequence is going to help focus on your neck and on your shoulders. So we're going to release that tension, help to open up, give a little bit more flexibility, and hopefully give you a little bit of a relief. We're going to move really slowly through these poses. These are very relaxing poses. They can easily be done by anyone, and I'm also going to give some variations if they are challenging. So we're going to start in child's pose. So let's come to the back of your mat. Swing your legs around behind you. To come into child's pose, bring your knees out to the side of the mat. Bring your big toes together and let your big toes touch. And then shift your weight all the way back onto the tops of your feet, or the back onto your heels. Extend your arms out in front of you and let your body sink in between your thighs. So this is a nice way to release that tension in your neck. You can kind of rock your head back and forth. It's going to massage your forehead a little bit. Sometimes it feels really good to massage your forehead. That's your third eye. So maybe it'll help bring a little bit of intuition into you and maybe help you to find the winning lottery number. Continuing to breathe. Let's stretch those arms. Try to walk your fingertips toward the front of the mat. It's going to open up the backs of your shoulders, right underneath your shoulder blades. You also might feel this in the tops of your shoulders. Continuing to breathe, nice deep inhale, exhale. Let's release those arms. Bring your arms a little bit closer to your body. Bend your elbows and rest your elbows at the tops of your knees. And then let your body just sink into the mat. Release that tension in your neck. Release that tension in your shoulders. Take a deep inhale, tense up your entire back. And then as you exhale, just focus on releasing it all. Sometimes when we tense up a little bit, we're aware of where we're holding tension and stress. Sometimes it's a little bit easier to release it. Deep inhale. And exhale. Let's try to sink a little bit heavier into the mat. Focus on the points of your body that are pressing into the mat. Your forehead, your fingertips, the palms of your hands, your elbows, your knees, tops of your feet, right in front of your heels, right in front of your ankles, and then the tops of your toes. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, extend your arms out in front of you slightly, and then lift yourself up into tabletop pose. You can bring your knees a little bit closer together, walk your hands out just a little bit, and lower yourself down onto the mat. Bring your forearms in next to your body. Your hands should be kind of just on the side of your face, looking down to the mat. Deep inhale, and then as you exhale, just press your forearms into the mat. A little bit of an arch in the upper part of your back, coming into Sphinx pose. Make sure your belly stays on the mat. Exhale. Let's fold back down. Bring your hands a little bit closer to your chest. Press yourself back up through tabletop pose, and then let's come back into child's pose. Keep those arms extended out. Feel that release of tension in your neck. We're going to do that again. Inhale, shift your weight up into tabletop, and then exhale, coming all the way down. Let's bring those forearms next to your body once again. Hands just on either side of your face. Inhale, pressing those forearms into the mat, lifting your head up, looking slightly forward, coming into Sphinx. And exhale, folding back down. Bring your hands closer to your chest. Inhale, press yourself back up through tabletop. Exhale, shift your weight back, coming into child's pose. Extending those arms out in front of you, letting your upper body relax. We'll do this one more time. Inhale, shift your weight up into tabletop. Exhale, coming back down onto the mat. Forearms next to your body, hands next to your face. Inhale, press yourself up, keeping your belly on the mat. Coming into Sphinx pose. Feeling this release in your shoulders, in your lower back. Exhale, coming back down. Bring those hands back to your chest once again. Inhale, coming back up, passing through tabletop. Bring those knees a little bit further out to the side of the mat and sink back into child's pose. Let yourself relax in child's pose. Very relaxing pose. A nice way to release tension in your lower back, in your shoulders, in your upper back. Your head is a little bit below your heart, so you're increasing blood flow to the top of your body, bringing a nice fresh batch of color to your face. Take a deep inhale. Let's come up into tabletop once again. Reposition your knees so that your knees are underneath your hips. Reposition your hands so that your wrists are underneath your elbows and those are underneath your shoulders. So you've got nice 90-degree angles in your body. We're going to come into cat-cow pose. Take a deep inhale. Let's lift your tailbone up. Drop your belly down to the mat, looking kind of up ahead of you toward the wall or a little bit higher on the wall in front of you. Exhale. Let's curl that tailbone under, looking back towards your thighs. Inhale. Let's drop that belly down to the mat. Let's come into cow pose. Feeling this nice release in your lower back. Exhale. Let's curl that tailbone under. Feeling this release, this nice stretch in your shoulders. Let your head come down slightly. Feel the stretch in the upper part of your back coming into your neck. Inhale, drop that belly down once again, coming into cow pose. Exhale, curl that tailbone under, coming into cat, looking back towards your thighs. Let that head drop once again. Last time. Inhale, coming into cow, drop that belly down, looking kind of up. And exhale, curl that tailbone under, looking back towards your thighs, coming into cat. And then inhale, let's come back to a flat back, neutral spine. Keep your right hand on the mat. Let's take your left hand, reach your left hand through this big opening that you have between your right arm and your right thigh. Reach it out and through to the opposite wall, and then let the right side of your head rest on the mat. Coming into what I call under the bed pose. This is the pose that you take when you're looking for your lost socks or your toys. Continuing to relax. So we're going to take our right hand, and I want you to extend your right hand up over your head and try to touch the front of the mat. So this is a nice release for your shoulder blades. It's got a little bit of a twist to your spine, so you're helping to increase blood flow to your spine. So it's very healing for your back. And this is a nice stretch for your shoulder blades, the upper part of your back, getting into your neck a little bit, maybe a little bit into the under, like the part of your shoulders, right around here. Continuing to breathe. Nice deep inhale. Let's bring that right arm back next to your face. Let's press yourself back up into tabletop pose, and let's do the same on the opposite side. So you're going to take your right arm, reach that right arm through to the opposite side of the room. Rest the right side of your head down on the mat. Let's take that left hand and extend that left hand forward, reaching for the top of your mat. Feeling this nice opening along the left side of your body, releasing any tension or tightness that you're holding on to. Continuing to breathe, really enjoying this nice stretch. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Let's bring that left hand back in front of your face. Let's press yourself back up into tabletop pose. Let's tuck your toes under. Deep inhale as you lift your hips up to the sky. Press your chest towards your thighs. Reposition your hands and feet as you need to, coming into downward facing dog. Now try to press your heels down into the mat. That's going to help flex out and lengthen the muscles behind your legs. And then let your head should just kind of fall a little bit, and you should look at the mat kind of directly underneath your nose. This is going to help release any tension that you're holding on to in your neck. You can rock your neck back and forth from right to left. So our neck holds up our head all day. And when we're holding up our head all day, it's doing a lot of work. And we don't really give our neck a break until we lay down at night. So poses like this, inversions, where your head is below your heart, it's taking some of that pressure away. It's giving your neck a little bit of a break. So it's not holding on to that head, because the human head weighs 8 pounds or more, depending on you and your height. So the human head weighs an average of 8 pounds. So this is a nice way to just get rid of all of that weight for a little bit and relax. Okay, let's slowly walk those feet forward on the mat. We're not going to go much farther than here. We're not going into a sun salutation. We are coming into ragdoll pose. So ragdoll pose, you can bend your knees if you need to. If you don't have full flexibility, that's perfectly fine. Bring your hands to right around your shins and then let your head fall. And then extend your arms down. This is a great way to relax your neck, relax your upper back, relax your shoulder blades. If you still feel tense, take a deep inhale And as you exhale, open your mouth and sigh. Let your neck fall a little bit deeper. If you need to bend your knees a little bit more to really release that tension. As your upper body goes limp, you feel this openness in your shoulder blades. You can move those arms back and forth and really release that tension. Give your upper body a little bit of a stress relief, a little bit of a massage. Bring those arms stationary once again. Deep inhale. As you exhale, let's fold back down. Place your hands on the mat. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. Step your left foot to the back of the mat. Lift your hips up to the sky. Press your chest toward your thighs. Let's come back into downward facing dog once again. Release your neck. Just let it hang. One more tension release in your neck. Deep inhale. Exhale. Let's lower down to your knees. Bring your knees out to the side of the mat once again. Bring the tips of your toes together. Come down onto your forearms and just kind of raise your tailbone to the sky. Shift your hips back slightly and come into puppy pose. So with puppy pose, you can extend your arms out a little bit. Use your forearms to press into the mat and then let your forehead come into the mat. Another great tension release for your neck. The mat is supporting your head. So the mat and the floor are what are taking all of the weight of your head and giving your neck a little bit of a break. Nice deep inhale. Full exhale. We'll do that once again. As we exhale this time, we're going to open our mouth and sigh. Deep inhale. And exhale with a sigh. Okay, take a deep inhale. Let's bring your hands back up next to your head. Come up into tabletop, and then we're going to reposition ourselves so that we come into a seated position. Woo, shake it off if you need to. Okay, extend your legs straight out in front of you. You're gonna come into a seated forward bend. Bring your fingertips out to the side. Deep inhale, sweep those arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, open your arms and swan dive down. Bring your hands down towards your knees, your shins, your ankles, or the bottom of your feet, whatever feels comfortable. Make sure those shoulders are back and away from your ears. So you can relax in this pose, even if you're super flexible. We're not really focusing on the backs of our legs in this position. We are mostly focusing on the top of our back and our shoulders. So any variation of this pose that you can do that's going to help relax your shoulders, go right ahead and do that. If you're super flexible, but by sitting like this, you just feel a little bit more relaxed, maybe stay up a little bit higher. Gaze out at the tops of your toes. This will help flatten out your back. This will help take pressure off of your shoulders. Take a deep inhale, slowly coming up into a seated position. Let's bend your right knee, sole of your foot on the inside of your thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Make sure those sit bones find the mat and they're grounded into the mat. Extend your left toes so that they're facing up to the ceiling. Try to press your heel forward. Okay, you can keep your right foot here if it feels comfortable. If you're a little bit more flexible and if you have room, you can bring that foot to the outside of your leg. If not, keep it right in the middle, right where it feels comfortable. Take a deep inhale, extend your left arm all the way out to the side. Exhale, bring your arm in, wrap the inside of your elbow around your right knee. Place your right hand just behind the small of your back and help yourself to sit up nice and tall. Gazing over your right shoulder, and then let's introduce a little bit of movement in your neck. So to start off, I just want you to rock your neck back and forth from right to left. Focusing on bringing that ear closer to each shoulder. It doesn't need to touch, just introducing that nice movement to bring some flexibility and some movement into your neck. Sometimes, something like this is all that you need to release that tension that you're holding on to. It's enough of a massage for your neck. Okay, let's bring your neck back to center, and now let's rock your head back and forth, saying yes. Yes, I love this pose. It feels really good. So the main focus on this pose is just to introduce some neck circles, but we're releasing tension in our back as well. So sometimes the stress that we hold on to in our neck makes its way down your back. So this little bit of a twist is releasing that tension, that stress, and that tightness that we're holding on to. Okay, let's bring your neck back to center. Sit up just a little bit taller. Deep inhale.
And exhale, release, rotate forward, extend your right leg straight down on the mat. And let's do the same on the opposite side. Let's draw that left knee up and in towards the inside of your thigh. Make sure those sits bones are planted into the mat. Make sure your right toes are facing up to the sky, heel pressing forward. Keep your left leg to the inside of your thigh, or if it feels comfortable, bring that leg to the outside of your thigh. Deep inhale as you extend that right arm all the way out to the side. Exhale, bring that arm in. Wrap the inside of your elbow around your knee. Left hand goes just behind the small of your back, helping yourself to sit up nice and tall. And now let's introduce some neck circles. So you can start with these half circles, just letting your head roll back and forth in the front of your body. This will help to build up a little bit of flexibility. If your neck is really tight, if you are at a desk all day, chances are all of the tightness will release itself, or you'll start to feel it as soon as your neck makes its way around the back. So now let's start to introduce circles around the back. And do this balance. When you go to the right one way, then the next time go to the left. Now you might start to hear cracking and popping and crinkling sounds, and that's normal. You're releasing that stress, you're releasing that tension, and as long as it doesn't hurt, you are perfectly fine. Let's do one more circle in each direction, feeling a nice big opening in that top part of your neck. Let's bring stability to your head. Let's get a little bit deeper into this pose, sitting up nice and tall. That left shoulder is down and away from your ear. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Let's release the twist, facing forward once again. Extend your left leg straight down. Let's go into that forward bend one more time just to complete the pose. Bring those fingertips out to the side. Deep inhale, sweep those arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, open your arms and swan dive down. Coming down to your hand or to your knees, your shins, your ankles, the bottom of your feet, wherever you feel comfortable. Continuing to breathe. Nice deep inhale. Nice full exhale. Maybe feel your body sink a little bit, and then on your next inhalation, come up into a seated position. Okay, bring your legs, bend your knees, bring your legs in closer to your body and cross your legs at the ankles. If this doesn't feel comfortable, you can extend your legs out to the side. We're just gonna be doing some side stretches, so each one works. It's just whatever feels most comfortable for your body, and it doesn't matter which leg is in front because we're going to go and do the opposite side as well. Take your left hand, place your left hand flat on the mat, extend your right arm straight up to the sky. Make sure that left shoulder is down and away from your ear. Now, pay attention to your neck. If you have really bad neck pain, you might just want to look forward. If it feels comfortable, you can look up to the ceiling, or you can look anywhere in between the two, whatever feels comfortable for your neck. But try to get a little bit of a twist in, because that's going to increase the blood flow, start to increase the flexibility in your neck. Deep inhale. As you exhale, let's try to reach that hand a little bit further over toward the opposite side. Try to keep both sits bones in the mat. Make sure you don't kind of flop up like this. Keep both sits bones in the mat. Keep a nice straight arm. Don't bend your elbow. Try to keep it nice and straight. Feel this nice stretch along the right side of your body. Let's bend your right arm. Place the palm of your hand just behind your head, right where your ponytail would go if you have a ponytail. Okay, let's lift your head on a little bit of an angle, getting a little bit more movement, a little bit more flexibility and lengthening in your neck. Deep inhale, and then as you exhale, start to rotate, pressing your shoulder toward the back of the room. Don't go into too deep of a rotation. You just want to try to look a little bit further up to the ceiling. Get a nice rotation in your head, in your neck. Deep inhale, and exhale. Let's rotate that head forward once again. Bring that hand down onto the mat, and then let's switch our legs. So now the opposite leg comes into the front, and we're gonna do the stretch on the opposite side. And let's plant that right hand flat on the mat, extend that left arm straight up to the sky. Make sure that right shoulder is down and away from your ears. This helps to relax your upper back. This helps to relax your shoulders, helps to relax your neck, either looking forward or up, whatever feels comfortable for your neck. Deep inhale. As you exhale, let's reach that left hand further over to the opposite side of the room. Once again, making sure that elbow stays straight, trying not to bend that elbow if possible, looking wherever your head will go, wherever your neck allows your head to look. Nice deep inhales Nice full exhales. On your next exhalation, bend your left elbow. Palm of your hand goes right at that ponytail spot. Feel this nice stretch along the left side of your body. Deep inhale and then exhale. Let's lift that head slightly on a little bit of an angle. Lifting, focusing on your chin coming up a little bit. Deep inhale, and then as you exhale, let's rotate, trying to press that shoulder a little, or your elbow a little bit further toward the back of the room. Not overextending and not over twisting, only going as deep into this pose as feels comfortable or that your body will allow. Nice deep inhale, exhale. Let's rotate that elbow forward once again. Bring your left hand down onto the mat. Okay, now I'm going to turn around so that you can see this variation of the pose. Keep your legs as they are right now. We're going to go into a pose called cow face pose, but it's easier for you to see from behind. I also call this pose the parlor trick pose. So, keeping your legs as they are, let's extend those arms out to the side. Extend your right arm straight up to the sky, and then let's bring your left arm down to the small of your back, your palm facing out. With your right hand, or with your right arm, bend that elbow. Now rest your right hand just at your shoulder blade, right below your neck. Now this is a variation of cow face pose that's good if you have a shoulder injury. This is still going to open up your back. Make sure your shoulders are back and down. Now if you can, try to extend that left arm a little bit further up the middle of your back, right along your spine, and then see if those right fingertips will interlace with your left fingertips and try to grasp them. Very important, don't try to reach forward. Don't let those shoulders go over because you're going to be pulling and it's going to be harder for you to get into this pose. Make sure those shoulders are back and down. This helps you to get a little bit deeper into this pose. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Release those fingertips, bring those arms down by your side, roll out your shoulders. And now switch your legs. My back is turned. I'm going to believe that you're switching your legs so that we're balanced. Let's extend those arms out to the side once again. Let's bring that right hand down. The back of your hand reaches at the small of your back, palm of your hand facing outward. Left arm reaches straight up to the sky. Bend that elbow. Bring your arm down and rest it just at the middle of your back, right below your neck. Staying here if you have a shoulder injury, or reaching that right arm up, trying to interlace those left fingers with your right fingers, shoulders back and down, really feeling this openness in the upper part of your back, into your neck, into your shoulder blades. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Let's release. Roll out your shoulders. Okay, now I'm going to stay right here. We're going to go into a movement called legs up the wall. So to come into legs up the wall, you find a wall and shimmy yourself a little bit closer to the wall. You can actually do this one in bed as well. Make sure your bum is nice and close to the base of the wall or the bed. Extend your legs straight up and reach those arms out to the side. So you've got a letter T with your arms. Your legs are straight up. This is great for your feet. So we're going to actually start with the top of your body, where some of this benefit is coming from right here. So if you walk a lot, if your feet are below your heart a lot, you will find that your ankles might swell up to 2 times their size. This will help to get all of that blood flow that's accumulated that is causing that swelling to make its way down to the rest of your body. So this is great to do after you've been out walking for a long part of the day. This happens a lot in the summertime. In hot and humid weather, your body, you sweat so much, and you also start to retain water so that you don't lose all of that sweat. Sometimes it will accumulate in your feet because it's down below your heart. So when you come home, even after drinking so much water and you see that your feet and your toes and your ankles are not the right size, this is a great pose to do before you fall asleep. It's also really relaxing for your body. You're not doing a whole lot, you're just letting yourself relax. So you're also taking tension off of your neck. So then when you come to this pose, if this actually hurts your neck, what you can do is take a towel and fold it two times to elevate your head slightly. You don't want to do this on a pillow because it's going to take your head out of alignment. It's going to take your neck out of alignment. So you only want to elevate it slightly. If you want to put it at the small of your neck, that might actually work better, rolling it just to support your neck rather than your head. And then letting yourself relax. Your shoulders sink down into the mat.
You're not holding on to any tension. You're not holding your neck up. The back of the mat is supporting your neck. The back of the towel, if you're using a towel, is supporting your neck. And this is just really, really relaxing. It's a nice way to release tension in your body, to release stress, to release anxiety. Take a deep inhale and fully exhale. Take one more deep inhale and fully exhale. Okay, now start to bring those feet back down. We're going to come back onto our mat in a reclined position. We're going to come into one of my most favorite poses, and that is guppy pose. So let your knees fall open. Soles of your feet come together. Extend your arms up and above your head, and then bend your elbow and grasp the opposite forearm with the opposite hand. And let yourself relax in what I call guppy pose. This pose is really powerful. This does a lot for your body. So pay attention to your hips. If for any reason this hurts your hips, you can move your feet a little bit further away. That'll help take some of that stress off. Or you can place pillows or yoga blocks underneath your knees to help support them. So this takes tension off of your lower back as well. Because your arms are up and above your head, it's kind of taken some of that pressure away. So if you bring your hands down, you can feel the difference. Bring your hands down to your side. Feel that little bit of pressure on your lower back. Very slowly move those arms up. Bend your elbows and feel a little bit of release. You get a little bit more of an arch in your lower back. And this really helps to release that tension. Coming up even further, your shoulders are back and down. So you're helping to correct your posture. A lot of our neck pain, a lot of our shoulder pain comes from improper posture. And it's not anything that we realize that we can control. It is from sitting at a keyboard all day and your shoulders hunch over. It's from using your smartphones all day and your shoulders crunch over. It's from driving and tensing up because of road rage or aggressive driving and trying to be defensive. So a lot of things that we do on a regular basis continue to contribute to the tension that we hold, which brings your shoulders over rather than back and down. So this position here is so wonderful to help release that tension. And then coming up to your head, this helps to release any stress that you're holding on to mentally. So it's a nice way to allow your body to relax. Take a deep inhale. And fully exhale. Let everything relax. Focus on any tension you're holding on to. If you need to wiggle yourself to let yourself sink deeper into this pose, to massage out any tension you're holding on to, go right ahead and do that. Deep inhale. And exhale. Release. Now you can stay in guppy pose if it feels comfortable for you. You can go back into legs up the wall pose if that feels comfortable for you. We're going to come up to a seated position as we close out our yoga session for today.
Thank you very much for joining me. I hope this helped to release that tension you're holding on to in the upper part of your body, your neck, your shoulders, your upper back, maybe into your middle back as well. We still hold tension there. I hope this helped to release some of that stress for you. If you have come up into a seated position, let's bring the palms of our hands together, fingertips to heart center, and let's celebrate the gift of movement, of flexibility, and of stress release that we've given to our bodies.
Let's bring our fingertips to our forehead as we bow to one another and say, Namaste.
Thank you for joining me, everyone, and I hope to see you again soon.